And so for each of you that are on with us today, this afternoon, thank y'all so much. We're going to have some travel talk with you guys. And so to serve and to share this life-changing information with me today, I have my brother in success on with us. Guys, he's on the road, but he would not miss this at all. He is a 2-star founding director in our company, which simply means that he didn't wait for the evidence, guys. He became the evidence. He is one of our top six-figure earners, I should say, who sports that sapphire ring. Let them see the sapphire, okay? Signifying earnings of a minimum of $100,000 a year, you guys, residually. He leads a team of thousands. He has helped others reach the directorship level as well as the 6-figure income earning levels. And so I want to introduce and reintroduce to some Mr. J. Michael Stewart.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm unmuted, sis. Can you hear me loud and clear? We're good to go? Okay, good. We got great audio. Look, when you were introducing me and you said minimum, all I heard was million. That's all I heard was million dollar income earner. So we're going to speak that into existence. But I am so humbled and honored and grateful to be on with you, young lady. And listen, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out here. This young lady is moving and grooving. She's a humble giant. She's opening up the Zoom as if she doesn't earn $250,000 in income. That's a really, LaVonda, you felt that, right? I saw you feel that. $250,000 in income from home, y'all. That's a huge, huge, huge deal. She's the #1 builder in my mind. And in the company stats, over 460, I'm sure it's probably 470 plus. Now it changes week to week, day to day, that she's helped personally show them this information and get them started. And LaVonda, we get to celebrate right now because of your efforts, because of the efforts of everybody around the planet, over 100,000 active agents, right? Listen, that's incredible, man. So we are excited. We're moving around the country, planes, trains, automobiles, skateboards, whatever we need to do to get to the people and share the information with them. And so I'm super excited and humbled to be on with you. And listen, guys, this young lady has, I was thinking about this earlier, LaVonda. You always talk about me having a couple of decades. You're over a decade now in travel, right? Over a decade, and you only 25. So I don't know how you must have started when you was 15. But I'm super excited to be on with you, sis. Always a pleasure. And I can't wait to get into this thing.
Yes, 21 forever with a 25-year-old son, right? He was like, Mama, how am I older than you? I'm like, that's between you and God, baby. But your mama is 21 forever. Okay. So yes, thank you so much for that introduction as well. You know, we are humble because this business is all about helping people. If we have guests that are on and you thought that you were on to be convinced or begged to do this business, I want you to be at ease to know that that is not what this is for. We are simply here to educate you and empower you on an experience and a business that has completely changed the lives of over 100,000 agents worldwide. We're talking about in over 20 countries, you guys. We have almost 100 6-figure income earners in this opportunity that's been around for just 8 years. And Jay, I wanted to tap into that. You know, why travel? Why now? Because a lot of times people try to compare our industry to other industries. And I don't want to knock other industries because there are other industries where people are earning life-changing incomes, but it's not really set up for the average person, right? People need to have some high-level executive skills or high-level sales skills or I would say large influences and networks. But when you're talking about travel, we get so excited because we have people who have never, ever in their whole entire adult lives owned a business until they joined this business and tapped into 6 figures for the first time. So we're going to go deep with this, right? And we're just diving right in because we have some people who their resumes won't ever qualify them for 6 figures. And I'm going there. right? We
Yeah.
have some people who education backgrounds won't ever qualify them for six figures. Yet in our business and Planet Marketing, we have been able to celebrate these individuals to earning six figures for the first time. So why do you think travel is so powerful, Jay?
LaVonda, that escalated quickly, and I love it. Right, we that went from 0 to 100 real quick. And here's why I love it so much. I love what you said, and I love the topic, what the meaning behind it. Here's what I mean. Entrepreneurship may not be for everybody, right? It may not be. And I look at myself as not the typical entrepreneur. I was definitely the employee guy, right? Had never really owned a business. But here's what I say is for everybody: travel and extra money. Travel and extra money is for everybody, right? And so you don't have to be that super salesperson. You don't have to come with a degree. You don't have to come with years of experience, right? It's that thing that you already, well, the world is already doing, the thing that most of us want to do more of, right? And so if you're already doing it and the world wants to do it, all you really need to do is put yourself in the way of that. And when you do that, you earn the extra income, you turn your passion into profits. We got a lot of cute sayings, but that's what you're doing. You're literally doing the thing you want to do more of, that you're already doing, and you're putting yourself in the way of it. So again, I'll say it again, entrepreneurship business may not be for every single person on the planet, but travel is. And that's how an average person can come from any background, any race, creed, color, walk of life. We got folks in our business that are here in the US, don't even speak the English language, and killing it. You know what I mean? And absolutely killing it. So I love it, LaVonda. It's for everybody. It's for average people to make above average income.
Yes, and it's for the people who have a desire and a work ethic. And what I love is that our work isn't difficult. You know, we're talking to people who, like you stated, are already traveling. And guys, when we talk numbers, understand that travel generates over $8 trillion a year and is growing every single year, right? Minimum. Actually, last year, it was announced that travel generated over $9 trillion 1 year globally. Understand that travel is already the number one research word online. And I always say broke people research travel too. I don't know if I'm the only person on here that's willing to admit that even when I could not afford to travel, I would still look up those beautiful pictures and put them as screensavers on my work computer, on my cell phone, on my vision board, right? And so when you think about that, you know, almost everyone you know is already traveling. But here's the deal: people don't just travel for fun, y'all. I don't know if you've ever traveled for a funeral, you've ever had to travel for business, education. I live in Houston, Texas, right? So people travel from all over the world to come to our cancer center because it's one of the best in the world. So people will absolutely travel for medical treatment and surgeries if they're going to see the best doctors, right? They have this thing called dental tourism. People are traveling, you know, for these things. So when we're thinking of travel, it's big. And even for those who are familiar with network marketing, I had a young lady today. She says, I'm burnt out. And I said, you're burnt out because you've only done health and wellness products where you have to have before and after pictures. You're having to stock and restock. You're having to send samples. Yet in your health and wellness industry, y'all sold a dream to earn more money so you could travel more. Our product is travel, Jay. You know, and not only is it travel, we're in the largest host agency in the world. Can you talk to us about Intellitravel as our host agency?
I love it, sis. Look, we talked on the pre-call. We do what is it? We said we do beaches and oceans, and not oceans and potions, right? So I absolutely love that. But when you talk about partnering with this 30-year-old rock solid host travel agency, that's the vehicle that we use to tap into this $8 trillion industry, right? We talked about travel being huge. I love how you kind of threw that in there. I hope people don't miss it, right? The number one research category online, millions and billions being spent. People are going traveling 100 miles an hour with their hair on fire. And the way you're able to go from being a consumer, to being a merchant is you get to partner with this incredible host company. And Intellitravel, and I don't want to assume that everybody knows, LaVonda, right? I know what a host travel agency is now. But back when I was driving the bus, and we didn't even share any of our story, but when I was driving the bus, I didn't know anything about a host travel agency. I was working full time, 80 to 120 hours a week. But when I found out that you could partner with a travel agency that will allow you to open up your own full service business online, it was incredible. It was absolutely phenomenal. They take all the risk. You literally come in as almost, I would say, like a contractor, if you will, but you have the benefits of having your own business that you're operating. And I love it because they allow us to earn 70 to 80% commission on the travel that a lot of us are already taking. Y'all let us know in the chat if you travel now or you have people in your network that travel. So they allow us to tap into that. And again, LaVonda, the average person, here's why it works. The average person who has the financial ability, first of all, to go and start their own travel agency. Some may, most don't, right? Who has the knowledge and the experience, right? We're talking about literally aligning yourself with a 30-year-old company that's fully accredited, fully certified, A rating with the Better Business Bureau, FTC and IRS compliant. Yeah, a good friend of mine said, shut your mouth and keep on talking. When I found out that I could partner with a company that was so reputable and literally start getting paid on what I was already doing, it was a no-brainer. It just made a ton of sense, LaVonda. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts are it does make sense. If a commission is already built inside of travel that you're booking anyway, somebody who did the work should get paid. And if that somebody is you, why not return that commission to your household? And you're right. So we didn't share our story, but when I was introduced to this company, I had a full plate. So before you guys think I'm too busy for this, I'm never too busy to earn the income that is owed to me, right? I was working full time in the oil and gas industry, which is a very high demanding industry, but I also had a high demanding executive position where I was traveling most of the time, working 50 to 70 hours a week, including travel. But at home, I had babies, 2-year-old, 3-year-old. My oldest son was 16, playing every sport in high school. My husband was working full time for the government, part time running his personal training business. So we were indeed a busy family, y'all. But because travel made sense, I was already booking my own travel for my job and for our leisure time. And I was so good at it. My friends and family wanted me to do it for them. And I did. I had fun doing it, y'all, for fun and for free. So if that's you, say, yep, me too. Right. And so when I found out that there was a commission built inside of those bookings that I was booking on Expedia, Priceline, Travelocity, Booking.com, I said, sign me up and give me my money. Because y'all think about it, you're putting in the information, your dates, your destination, you enter your own credit card, but you did the work and someone else got paid. But then, the game changed when I actually realized that we didn't have to go to school for this. But not only that we could actually position other people to do it. So like some folks will say, well, I would do this, but I don't want to recruit. I've never recruited a single soul, even though today I have 478 active agents I've personally sponsored. Guys, but understand that everyone don't want to keep being a customer when they know that there's money on the table. And so for those of you who are not selfish, who are not just trying to be the Expedias of the world and make money off of other people, but put people in the game like us, Jay, there's 8 streams of income available to you in this opportunity. And what I love is that Planet Marketing and Intellitravel formed the perfect partnership. Intellitravel was already the experts in travel, but Mr. Bradley came to the table as an expert in marketing, and we were literally able to take our host agency from 400 agents to over 100,000 agents in 8 years. And because of our expertise now in travel, we've booked over $3 billion in travel in 8 years. And we heard last night that we're projected to do 1 billion just this year alone. So I'm fired up that we're not forced to just make money off of people, but we can make money with some people too. Jay, let's break that down.
Yeah, I love it, LaVonda. Look, the numbers, you see the chat going off, those numbers are mind-boggling, right? Y'all let us know. It's absolutely incredible. But LaVonda, here's the thing. You bring up a good point. and I want to make sure that everybody's getting this. We talked about the travel business, right? That we're really excited about, that we've tapped into. You know, we book travel, we make money. And LaVonda, real talk, you know, when I got started with the travel business, I thought I was going to book travel for the entire world. That was my initial thought. I was like, I'm gonna have me 5 screens in the house, right? I'm gonna have a headset, right? Just anything to get off that bus. But when I found out, you know, the opportunity that Planet Marketing provided for you to not only be a travel booker, but for you to be a business owner that could build travel franchises all around the world, it blew me away. And when I understood how simple it was to do that and tap into those other streams of income, it changed the game for me. Literally, all we were doing at that point, when you become a Planet rep and you're able to show other people how to do this thing, is LaVonda, we refer people to the travel business. And when it started to click, the money started to come in, right? I promise you, and it really changed the game. So a couple of things. One, LaVonda, you shared these stats with me, and it blew me away. And I really had no idea that 15% of people are the people that use travel agents, really, right? They're the ones that use travel agents. And it's enough for us to make a ton of money. We've done over 3 billion in travel sales. That's huge. But the other 85% of people in the travel industry would rather book travel for themselves. And so it just made sense that I could book for the 15%, but I can also, how y'all say, I don't want to leave any coins on the table. I want all the money, right? I want all the bags. So I'm going to tap into the 85% too, because guess what, LaVonda, truthfully, they were a lot like me, right? I love booking travel, but guess who I really love booking it for? Me. I love booking it for me, right? The best trip I've ever booked was the one I went on. And so when I realized that people, right, were the same way, right? I don't know about y'all, but I love researching travel, especially when I'm going. And when I realized people were the same way, they were doing the same thing, it just made sense to refer them to the business and let them take advantage of the same thing that I was taking advantage of, LaVonda. And some people get weirded out by referrals, right? Some people get weirded out by network marketing. But a good friend of mine broke it down. He made it so simple. He says, Jay, you refer people to things all the time, whether it's a restaurant, a Netflix series, or what have you. He says the only difference between the referrals that you make and the referrals that I make, you accept kudos instead of currency. And when I understood that, I was like, man, first of all, you ain't have to wreck my whole life like that, right? You could have said it a little bit nicer. But I got it. It clicked. It clicked. And so when I realized I could do the same thing, the same way I'm going to tell somebody about the last show that I watched, I can tell them the same thing about travel. Hey, before you take the next trip, take a look at this, right? It may be a check attached to it. And so you want to tap into that. Those referrals, LaVonda, I mean, listen, they pay. We don't want to get too far into the compliment. We want y'all to get the information, but 8 different ways that we get paid from that. Doing something one time that could literally lead to 7 different streams of income on top of the travel income. Back to you, sis.
Yeah, the day that I lost my corporate job was March 31st, 2016. And I'm so thankful because on that day, I was paid twice by Planet Marketing. And I haven't worked a job ever since. No, I was not earning 6 figures, but I understood the power of the wealth principle of leveraged and residual income. And when we see wealthy people like Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett, Russell Branson, like all of these wealthy multi-billionaires, even Mark Zuckerberg, and the billionaires that we see, guys, they earn multiple streams of income. But one of the things that I would hear from my broke and my middle class friends and family was stress. Why? Because they had one situation that would literally tear up their households because they only had one stream of income. And I knew what that felt like because I too were in situations where when I was a single parent and I had my single income and I would go into work employed and go home unemployed because that company decided they would take my income away. Right. And so my dad, he said, you always need some money where you can control. You always need a business on a side that you can control. March 31st, 2016, y'all, that was nearly 8 years ago. I haven't worked a job since. I decided that I would invest the same time, the same energy and effort to build my business for myself, like I was building my jobs, their businesses, right, for someone else. And so fast forward, I'm earning $250,000 a year. My husband and I, we're planning right now for this to be our $500,000 year. Corporate America would have never considered me for that type of income based on my experience and my education level, right? So we don't want you guys to overthink it, but we want you to hire yourself, right? We want you to say that if I can do it for someone else, I can do it for myself. Why I just got that deep, I don't know. Jay and I, we promised each other that we were going to take this conversation wherever our spirit led us. And there is someone or some people that are on that really needed to hear that, because a lot of times we disqualify ourselves for things that can really change our lives. And I love the fact that I never, ever thought that this is what would have changed my financial blueprint for my family. You know, my husband being able to retire from his government job 8 years early, right? Us being able to change our zip code, us being able to travel more than 20 times a year and not waiting for the weekends to travel, right? Being able to travel for a whole week instead of a few days. So when we're talking about you're being able to be in business for yourself, we want you to also understand that you're not by yourselves. That's how we were able to get into this business, Jay, and see success fast, right? Early, quick, because we had the support. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, the support is absolutely incredible. You know, we say it all the time, you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. And that's what allows, again, going back to how we started the conversation, that's what allows average people to win in the business, because you don't have to come in knowing everything, right? You don't have to come in having everything figured out, right? The company, number one, has things in place, but then you have the support system, which is your organization, your team, your leadership. And so I absolutely love that, LaVonda. And I want to touch on one thing that you kind of talked about. You shared your story, and I'm so glad you shared your story. And I feel the passion. But you know what I felt, LaVonda? I felt like I needed to share this with everybody, that it's not just us, right? Your story is phenomenal. But LaVonda, hear my heart when I say this, and let me know, chime in. It's normally in a company, that story would be like the one story. You know what I mean? And now it's literally becoming the norm in our company. And that's a huge deal. That's a really huge deal. So I don't want you guys that are on here and listening to this saying, you know what, well, that's good for them. You know, I've been a part of things where one or two people are having success. But LaVonda, you jumped on a plane. I drove down to North Carolina. We heard phenomenal stories last night. Stories that brought the house down, right? We had a young lady awarded her 6-figure ring that wasn't prepared, right? Didn't even know that she was getting it last night. And so, I mean, Renelde, I think she said, I went from not laid, what did she say? Not from job to job, but from laid off to between, I forgot how she said it, laid off to laid off. She was telling her story about how she went from 19 cents in the bank that her husband left her with, right? And now, right, on her way to 6 figures, brand new 3-star director, right? And so my point in saying that to you guys is that I want you to walk away from this thing feeling like you can do it too, right? It's room for everybody. And the opportunity is so unique and so special because it is travel. It is that thing that everybody's familiar with, that everybody, you don't have to sell anybody on going to the beach. LaVonda ain't never had to pull anybody's arm on wanting to go somewhere. All they needed was a vehicle to do it. And when they found out they could get paid to do it, they were all in, 10 toes down. So I love that. And again, going back to the point, the question that you asked me, the support is what makes it doable for the average person. And when you're partnering, if you're on this Zoom, right, and the company has support and they're incredible teams in the company, but you said we're going to keep it real. If you're on this Zoom, trust me, we got you, right? We got you. The support is going to be there for you guys, not only to get you in, but to see you become successful long term. I can speak for the young lady that's sitting opposite me hosting this. It's all about the people. It's all about the folks that are coming with us, right? Not even behind us, but with us. And so we encourage you guys, man, take a serious look at this thing. But again, LaVonda, to your point, the support is what makes it doable for the average person. And it's unlike anything that I've been a part of. And I've been around the industry for 2 decades, honestly. I have. And I've seen good and I've seen not so good. But I've never seen anything like this. And that's real talk. And I would keep it a buck even if I wasn't in a company. Right? That's just how I'm built. So I love, love, love the point that you brought up.
I love that you brought up the stories, because what I was impressed by were how many of the 6-figure earners who were still working full-time jobs. So it was incredible. To hear that this is a vehicle that you can keep your job and build this business. And because of the support, we have leverage. Because of the support, you can literally plug people in. There was a young lady in our group. She says, I'll be at work, but I have people that'll be on y'all Zoom today, that I've invited. Even though I'm at work, I can still leverage, so we want you guys to understand this is not like corporate America. I had that conversation, and corporate people are scared to help you because you can replace them. Here it's all about collaboration and not competition, because there's more than enough for all of us. I am not financially connected to my brother in success that you're hearing from. He is not financially connected to me. It does no harm for us to help each other and to help other people in this opportunity, because we are out here changing lives. So there's absolutely, it's way bigger than us, you guys. And we're excited because when we talk about leverage, you get a chance to leverage our stories. But in this process of us building momentum, we're creating new stories. So for those of you who are watching this as a guest, know that we are here to help you, right? There's a lot of networkers out there that say they are burned out because they were a part of the wrong opportunities. I'm just going to put it out there, right? With the wrong blueprint and strategy, with the wrong leadership. And we're telling you that now is the right time, the best time. The opportunity is endless with travel. Even through the pandemic, we were growing, right? Because travel is constant. And I love that. But not only that, for people who are brand new to business, you're connected in an environment of experts that love helping other people. So I'm excited, that our founder actually created what success looks like. Earning multiple 7 figures, right? Earning multiple $1 million income, right? And he's still showing up to meetings on Zooms, still helping people, because it's not enough for him and his family to win. He wants others to win. And Jay, when you were talking about stories, I was thinking about our 3 millionaires in the company. One who served our country for over 2 decades, that when he left the military, he had to go out and get 2 jobs. And this industry served him well, because now he's earning $100,000 a month. I think about our other $1 million earner who was in college for 5 years, but partied more than he studied, right? And he became a college dropout. He was working in restaurants. He was getting eviction notices every single month. And instead of him accepting that as his life, he found this industry, and now he's earning $100,000 a month. I think about, the number 1 income earner who went from being a single mom earning $2,200 a month, right? Trying to support a whole family on $2,200 a month. And if you could imagine, she's doing $2,200 a day, right? 6 figures a month.
Yeah.
So this business is really set up, like I said, for the people who have the desire and the work ethic. And, and we want to empower you guys to get back to who invited you here to see the video, or better yet, get in the business. We have a 30-day money back guarantee, right? We don't want them overthinking this opportunity, Mr. Stewart.
Yeah, I love it, sis. It's man, I'm so full, and I know we wrapping up, but it's incredible, y'all. It's so much bigger than travel, right, LaVonda? It's so much bigger than travel, man. Not only are we changing the face of the travel industry, and it's a lot in that statement. I really hope you guys, we're really changing the face of travel, but we're also changing the narrative in a lot of people's lives. And that's the thing that gets me darn near emotional, right? Is because there's so many folks that said they want more in 2024, but in my circle, the folks that I interact with, I know people that need more in 2024. And they need it for a variety of different reasons. People are at different levels in life. Some folks, are just trying to breathe. Other folks are trying to retire. So no matter where it is that you are, folks need things for a different reason. But what I love, LaVonda, is that you can get it here. You can absolutely get it here. And the timing and positioning is remarkable. You and I had the privilege of sitting under a $1 million mentor. You talked about the millionaires that we have in the company before momentum, or as we are going into momentum. And he has a goal to create 97 more, right? 97 more. And so we had a chance to sit up under him and him really break down to us that, and I want to share this with everybody as we close out. Don't think that you've missed it or that you're late to the party, right? Because we're at 100,000, because folks are earning six figures, right? Some of us, and I struggle with the scarcity mentality for a long time. So when I think that everybody's, well, this person, they got 5 people, 10 people, 100 people making six figures, well, maybe I missed it. Man, we're an 8-year-old brand new company, right? Brand new company. We just got in the game. We're just getting started. So it's the company story, it's our story, LaVonda, but really what it's about is you guys' story that are on the line today. We're going to go, you guys are going to go so much faster, right? Because you'll be able to learn from the things that we didn't know or learn from our mistakes. And so I'm really, really excited about what's going to happen for you guys that do what you just said, LaVonda, which is not overthink it and pull the trigger, right? We're talking about an investment of less than a couple of $100s. And you guys will get the video, you'll get the information, you'll get the specifics, but those are the major takeaways. We're talking about unlimited income in the industry with a product that people know, love, and already use, right? With a company, 2 companies that are IRS, FTC compliant, so throw the pyramid thing out the window, right? And you're talking about less than $200. LaVonda, we spend that on a bad date, right? With less than 200, honestly, less than the price of your smartphone, and you're in business and you're creating income for yourself and your family. So, those are my closing comments, man. Get with the folks that invited you onto the Zoom. Get the info. LaVonda, you said it best. Do not overthink this thing. Get involved. Now is the time. Trust me, this is not, and I think y'all can feel the energy from this Zoom. This ain't about trying to sell you anything. So when I say this, this is not a sales tactic, but if I could get out and get back in, I would get in right now. Now is the time. First quarter of 2024, we've broken every record that we've ever had in the company. The teams are breaking records. This is the time for you to take advantage. Somebody invited you on the Zoom for a reason. Some people are recruited, some people are called. You got to figure out which one you are. LaVonda, back to you. Appreciate you guys.
Mic drop, you guys. Yes, that's the information. It's so simple. We could have ended this in 10 minutes. But again, we are leading and making sure you guys see the big picture. And so the information that will be shared with you by the person who invited you will break down all the details, all the information, the price, what's all included, how we do believe in our business so much that we give you full access and a 30-day money back guarantee. So even the skeptics can get in business, see it for themselves, test drive it. And if it's not for you, cancel and get your money back. In the first 8 years have been amazing, but I can't see what the next 8 months are going to look like. You absolutely want to step in, and last month, Jay, was my largest earning month of income in the history of me being here for 8 years. Last week was my largest earning weekly check ever in this opportunity, you guys. So I really want you to know that starting brand new, you absolutely haven't missed it, because even with us being here for 8 years, we're experiencing new momentum. And that's exciting, because most companies that are in a position like this, the energy fade out, the momentum doesn't happen. People get bored and tired of what they're selling, promoting, and doing. But we're talking about travel. I get excited every year to see what we're experiencing new, right? So get back to the person who invited you, get started. And y'all, we're doing this again Friday, same time, same place. And you know, we're going to switch things up a bit as we continue. You might hear some new testimonies. Just show up. Don't miss out. It's business partners, give us your feedback. Let us know if this was amazing. If you are a guest on, get back to the person and let them know, hey, I need the information, or let them know I'm ready, right? Get the details and get started. And we'll see you guys back here Friday, same time, same place. Thank you so much, Mr. Stewart.